All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas.
All right, race fans, welcome to Memphis.
This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson.
The high-octane Racing League Buschwackers Xfinity Series kicks off a brand new season at Memphis. It's a short track, it's race number 1, and it's 135 laps. This is a tough one, man. Tough on tires, tough on nerves. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watching right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, a little Memphis International, a little short track action to kick off a brand new season. It's Memphis, it's 135 laps, and it's all live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Whoa, baby, a little short track. Little short track action here tonight. Wow, man, this is going to be a good one, I think. Excited about a brand new season. It's season number 1 of 2025. Race number 1 of season 1, 2025. This is Memphis International Raceway. And I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And we've got a good one here for you tonight. Right now, we've got about 12 minutes left to go in the practice session. Tonight's race brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Over 900 subscribers now. That's awesome. Really love that, man. Love people coming out, watching the races, and joining in. All the subscribers, of course. All the people come out and watch each and every week. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let people know we're out here. And hit the bell, man. You get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. This is race number 1 of a brand new season. We'll take a look at the schedule here. Memphis kicking it off 135 laps. Next week we'll be at Iowa Speedway for 125 laps. See Charlotte, that third race. Then we got the Daytona duels. 2 races, 2 35-lap races will help set the grid for the Daytona race on February the 14th. That finishes out the first half of the season. You see we have Atlanta, Charlotte, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Homestead on the back half of season number 1. So excited, man. This is going to be a great season. A little short track, a lot of mile and a halves there, a lot of mid-range tracks there, of course. And, of course, we have Daytona. That's a biggie. Try to follow the Stockcar schedule, NASCAR schedule the best we can. So throw in classic track, old track. here and there, like Memphis here tonight. And we will take a look at Memphis. Does not exist in real life anymore. Located in Millington, Tennessee. It's a 3/4 mile egg-shaped oval. Of course, 4 turns. Banking in the turns at 11 degrees, man. Woo! And this is tough on tires too, man. Front stretch at 4 degrees, the back stretch at 3 degrees. Man, it's you've got a pretty fair amount of speed there when you come off the track to go down pit lane, so it's easy to speed here as well. But what a shame that this track doesn't exist anymore. I really would like to see them, kind of overhaul this track, get back into that short track stuff. But kind of a D-shaped 3/4 mile oval, a little bit of a shallow D shape with a fun track, and we're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing here tonight. Got some more racing headed your way this weekend. We'll be at California Speedway in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. It's race number 2 of the season in the Cup Series. A lot of fun, man. We call this Auto Club Speedway or California Speedway, another track that doesn't exist anymore. 90-lap race coming up tomorrow on Saturday, 18 Jan. Tough Trucks will be back in action for race number 3 their season. Got a tire rule in this series, and we'll be at North Wilkesboro Speedway, a little short track action, 135 lap race there. And what an amazing race we had last week. We want to continue that. That'll be coming up on Wednesday, January the 22nd. Got about a little under 8 minutes left to go here in the practice session. Take a look at Dennis Schuderchin. He makes his laps here at Memphis. A lot of new drivers out here with us tonight too. Wesley Dean, Chris Harvey, Andrew Smith, all joining us. A little bit of a lighter crowd here tonight. I would expect it with our 3 new drivers plus our regulars. More drivers, but a little bit early though. We still have a couple minutes left to go in the practice session. Some of those procrastinators. Don't forget to join Claudio Bardelli Jr., one of our regulars, over at the Sober Tom podcast on YouTube. All things music. And that is Claudio Bardelli Jr. on the Sober Tom podcast. Check his YouTube channel out here to help promote his effort. And we've got some chatters in here as well. Ubaldo, of course, starting us off. How about that? Is that Gilmar? Peixoto Racer? I think it is. Gibaldo always starting us off here, and I'll tell you what, man, if you could give an award for, the mental attitude award, that would definitely go to Gibaldo, man. He's always in here. He's a positive attitude. Likes to race here at High Octane Racing League, and he's always helpful, always kind and courteous on the track. Can't wait to see Gibaldo coming back, Gilmar coming back here to join us on the track. A little computer issues, I think. About 5 minutes left to go in the practice session. Let's take a look at my keys to the race here tonight. Tire management here tonight, man. Don't forget about corner transition too. The tire management, that right front tire is going to get really, really warm, man, here at this track. Guys are already talking about that. So tire management, key thing here. Corner transition, getting through those corners, getting off so you get a good run down the straight. Throttle control through the corners as well. And then you got to be patient here. You're going to be in a little bit of traffic here all night long with the short track, and you got to make good pit stops, man. I talked about that earlier. So those are keys to the race here for a successful race at Memphis. Eugene Fedorov here tonight joining us in that 84 car, racing all the way from Russia, man. He's one of our great drivers, great friend. What a cool dude, too, man. He's a drummer. Coming out here to do some sim racing with us. Drummer, and he's got a couple beautiful kids, beautiful wife, and they always go camping, and so he sends me pictures of his family, so it's awesome. I love seeing that. Take a look at Andrew Smith here. He's a brand new driver here for us in the 1X tonight. So those guys in those new driver cars until they race enough races to be able to get a car in the car set. We got a couple minutes left here in the practice session. And if you're new to this track, man, this is a tough one to get started on too. Take a look at Chris Harvey, also one of our new drivers in the 6X car here tonight. You're new to the stock cars here. This is a tough track. It really is. It's high bank, but really tough on tires. Really Preston Hassel, one of our old guard HORL guys in the 27 car here tonight. Caps responsible machine. Whoa, boy! It looked like we had a little bit of a little crash there. Interesting situation there, it looked like. Nico Alvarez coming around. Take a look and see what happened to Franco Alvarez here. Oh, he got in. Oh, there might have been a little bit of warping going on there. He got into the 24 car. Maybe the 24 might have been slowing to pit. Let's take a look, see what happened to the 24 car. It got off the track, back up onto the track. It got smashed by the 83, so we'll get that out of their system here in the practice session. Take a look at the 47, Denis Yudichin, racing all the way from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Repairs power station. Works on power stations here, so hopefully he gets an event-free week. Definitely thinking about Dennis each and every week. One of our long-time HORL guys, man. Really, Dennis came out and started racing with us in Indy cars, and he's transitioned over to stock cars as well. He also did a Stockcar series and a Saturday afternoon series here in the States. And Dennis has always been a great friend. Long-time friend. We see the practice session is over, getting ready to go to the qualification session. In case you're just joining us tonight, this is race number 1, brand new season. We are at Memphis, 135-lap race. And it's going to be a fun one here. This is a 3/4 mile high-banked oval located in Memphis, well, just outside of Memphis, Tennessee. These guys are headed over to the qualification session. I don't think it's going to take too long here in quals, considering, although we do have a 10-minute dedication there to quals in case somebody is going to go out a little bit late. Guys are headed over to the qualification session. Again, I want to say thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash that bell. You get updates when you're going live. Thanks to all those new subscribers. Over the 900 mark now, setting our sights on 1,000 subscribers. And I really appreciate all the support, whether you watch it live or on replay. Love doing these broadcasts, and I think the guys like to go back and watch the replays as well. So we are in the qualification session now. And it looks like the 56 out on the track. That's Gordon Carter, one of our Canadian drivers. His laps in. Starting position would be a key aspect here. You're going to get a good pit position as well. I think we're going to see some green flag pit stops here tonight. Dennis Uderchin with 23.356. Now Fedorov to the top of the grid with the 3.20. 22.266 by Gordon Carter in that 56. Now knocked off the grid by Marizon. Marizon with an 0.68. Wow. Wow. Oh, Dennis Uderchin smacking the wall coming off. 22.408. Right now P5 for him. How about Preston Hassel? Preston Hassel, good first sector there. See in the blue on that lower right. First sector in the blue. That means he's fast. A little bit slower there on sector number 2. Sector 3 a little bit off the pace, but he's qualified in 3rd so far. Ed Palumbo into 54. Right now our top time is Franco Alvarez. He's to the top of the grid. 21.939. Lightning fast there for Franco Alvarez, but he's got some company with the Craig Marizon. Fast in that first sector, that helmet-sponsored Chevy Camaro. $22,217 up to P5 there for Ed Palumbo. Wesley Dean here in the 5X tonight. 22.451 right now in P10. A little work to do there for Wesley Dean. Yeah, Palumbo here coming off for his final trip around. 22.382 for Ed Palumbo. Wesley Dean finishing up his second lap. 22.547 for Wesley Dean. It looks like quals, everybody's done their laps, I believe. So you see Ed Palumbo coming back down pit lane. Looks like everybody has finished their laps. And we'll get the official results once qualifications are over. Just under 7 minutes technically left to go here in the quals, although everybody has qualified. So we'll get you the results as the clock runs out. Well, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started. I always do that, don't I? All right, these guys are still in the qualification session, technically going over the drivers' meeting.
TurnLeftTV. 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 Hold on to your butts, cause this is gonna be a great show. Heath Johnson saying all you need to know. We got fast cars racing, hopefully you're pacing. Are you ready for some high-speed action? Step on the gas! Alright. Race fans, my heavens! My heavens! Bushwackers! Saturday night! Thunder! Tough trucks! Nascar! IndyCar! GT3!
All right, welcome back. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster commentator here at TurnLeftTV. It looks like we are finished with the qualification session. And if you're just joining us, this is Memphis Raceway tonight. It's round number 1 of a brand new season. It's race number 1 of a 10-race season, 135 laps tonight here at Memphis. It should be a lot of fun, man. And like Arthur Vieira will be our pole setter here tonight. So congratulations to Arthur Vieira in that 4 car of our great Brazilian drivers. Hard to say Brazilian drivers. Arthur Vieira, been knowing him for a long time, man. He is a great competitor, pretty sensible dude, and it'll be a fun one, I think, with Arthur up front. He and I think Franco Alvarez will have a heck of a battle here tonight. So there's Arthur Vieira. We'll take a look at the qualification results. Final results here in quals. Arthur Vieira qualifies in P1. You see Franco Alvarez going to start on the outside of row 1. I'm telling you, that battle you're going to be watching here tonight. Also, Craig Marizon has shown that he is really fast here at Memphis. Preston Hassel will start outside row 2. Ed Palumbo starts in the 5th position. Wesley Dean in at 5X will start 6th. Row number 4 will be Gordon Carter and Eugene Fedorov. Dennis Shudichin and Sean Jacobs make up row number 5. Row number 6 will be Chris Harvey and Andrew Smith. And Givaldo will start in the 13th position in that 68 car. We'll take a look at kind of the breakdown there for the manufacturers. See a lot of Chevys up front. Little Ford there in the 4th position. Top 5, 4 Chevys. Got one Toyota in the field here tonight. So a good clean qualification session. These guys have about 8.5 minutes or so ish, a little under 9 minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. Chatter's coming in here. Good Givaldo joining us. Jomar joining us. Last lap Arthur, he says. Arthur's got it figured out, man. I mean, I don't know what track. I don't care what track you go to. Arthur Vietta's got it figured out. The guy's a great race car driver. You can put him in anything. He's going to make it competitive. Let's take a look at my keys to the race here at Memphis tonight. We're sort of taking a look at this a little bit earlier, but you got to manage the tires here. This thing is really, really tough on tires. We see Givaldo in that 68 car coming around. Corner transition too, man. You got a high bank, but the corners, you got to really, really be patient and manage those corners. Throttle control is key here as well because it can get quite loose, especially on older tires. And it's tight going in, but it's loose off. And you're going to really have to manage that throttle through the corner. Be patient here tonight. You're going to be racing around people with this being a short track, only 3/4 of a mile in length. And you're going to have to be patient in traffic. This track does lend itself with the high bank and a lot of room, wide corners, the dive bombing down into the corners. But I think you're just going to have to be patient. If you're caught up to that guy, just be patient. You'll get around him. And then also make good pit stops here tonight as well, because if you're pitting under green, which you're likely to see, hitting under green, you're probably going to go down a couple laps, or at least a lap and a half. And it is key to just concentrate on the pit stop. Don't speed. If you speed, this will be devastating here tonight, given this is a short track. You'll be several laps down. And trying to recover from that is going to be tough. So those are my keys to the race here at Memphis. Six and a half minutes left to go. Thanks to all the viewers coming in. Already a fairly decent amount of viewers. Appreciate that. Craig Marizon, one of our great Michigan drivers. I wonder how much snow they have up there, man. Driving the Magpul Dynamics sponsor machine here tonight. We need to check our side-by-side here while we're at it. Take a look at our second feed. We'll see that from time to time as we see Franco Alvarez on pit lane. Craig Marizon going to practice his pit stop as we see him coming down pit lane as well. That 60 car. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action on Wednesday night. What a great race we had on Wednesday. And we want to send out our condolences to the Happy Hour Racing League folks, all the friends and family of Greg Kirchmayer, who drove the 20 truck. We lost him earlier this week, and suddenly very shocking. And man, what a huge hole in our hearts right now that we have. For the loss of Greg Kirchmayer. What a fantastic competitor, a great guy, and man, what a great influence too as far as sim racing too. Just the way to handle yourself on the track, the way to treat people. This guy did it the right way, and we raced in his honor this last Wednesday, and we're going to continue that season in the truck series and keep the 20 truck in our hearts. Greg Kirchmayer really meant a lot to us here at sim racing, and again, my heart goes out to Brent Owen and all the whole family there at Happy Hour Racing League, and Greg Kirchmayer's family as well. And I know Greg, what he'd tell us is race on. some live streaming for Happy Hour Racing League as well. So, you know, those, I think, way back in like 2017, if I'm not mistaken. That was the first streams I did for them. And we were talking about that this will be on Wednesday night. So, and I had a little chuckle about racing the box trucks, like the delivery trucks at a road course. A little under 4 minutes left to go in the practice session. Again, we'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers Series. Of course, we're starting off here tonight at Memphis, a 135-lap race, and we've got a fair number of short tracks. We got a super speedway, 2 weeks of super speedway action on the docket. A lot of mile and a halves as well. So you see Memphis kicking it off here, 3/4 mile, and then we got Iowa Speedway, just a little over a mile in length. Excuse me, a little under a mile in length. Actually, it's probably around the same length here as Memphis. Another interesting track, 125 laps there at Iowa on January 24th. You see Charlotte, mile and a half, great track there. Then we got the Daytona duels, 2 races that'll help set the grid for the Daytona race on February the 14th. So 2 weeks of Daytona. Atlanta Motor Speedway on January the 21st. You see Charlotte Roval, the road course, 45 laps there. It'll be the first time visiting that. I got the cars out at Charlotte Roval, man, and I liked it, really. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Phoenix Raceway, really interesting track there. If you are not familiar with Phoenix, that is kind of a huge dog leg. I call it a 5-turn track. Las Vegas, mile and a half, another Homestead, also another mile and a half there, 200-lap races, finishing out the season. So an interesting season here at High Octane Racing League in the Xfinity Series. We can take a look at that tough truck schedule as well. That's an interesting one. This is on Wednesday nights, and there is a tire rule. You're allowed 12 tires throughout the course of the race. Of course, you start off with 4, hopefully. And then you have 8 more tires after that. So we have so far had really good luck with that, man. It's popular. We've had great size fields, and we've got through California. We're going to head to the short track coming up this coming Wednesday at North Wilkesboro. So that'll be an interesting track there at North Wilkesboro, man. Short track, a lot of fun, and that's hitting you in the face on Wednesday. I'm going to try to live stream those, see how we go on that. About a minute left here before we get the command to start the engines here at Memphis. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are out there in the sim racing world and you're looking for an rFactor 2 server for your league, EliteHostingUSA.com has 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. How about some WordPress hosting, some online store hosting, VPS hosting, or shared web hosting? Those are also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Don't forget to join us over at HighOctaneRacing.net. Get updates of schedules, point standings, who's winning what, quick link to TurnLeftTV. Come on over there and join us, and a quick link to our Discord server. That's where we do most of our business. Well, I haven't gotten my pick in tonight, but I'm going to pick I'm going to make it official. My pick to win this race tonight is Artur Vieira. How about that? Artur Vieira is my pick to win this race. Get your picks in. Well, best of luck to Artur and all of the drivers here tonight. So here we go.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, here we go, man. It's 135 laps here at Memphis. Let's get this going, baby. Starting in P1 is Archer Vieta. Franco Alvarez starts in second. Craig Marizan starts in the third position. Starting in fourth will be Preston Hassel. Starting in the fifth position is Ed Palumbo in the 54 car. In sixth is Wesley Dean in the 5X. Gordon Carter starts in the seventh position. Eugene Fedorov starts in P8. Starting in the ninth position is Dennis Yudichin. Starting in 10th, Sean Jacobs. Chris Harvey starts in the 11th position. In 12th is Andrew Smith. And starting in the 13th position tonight will be Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. So 135 laps. Archer Vieta is our pole setter here tonight, so congratulations to him. He's got some company up there with Franco Alvarez. And hopefully we get a good, clean start here tonight. I think these guys are going to do 2 laps. Take one more look at those keys. Manage those tires. Make sure you get good corner transition. Control that throttle. Step on the gas. Control that. Be patient here tonight and make good pit stops here at Memphis. And a fun track indeed. Thanks to Paulo Chachalowski and his crew for getting this track out here for us to race. A lot of these tracks are converted over from RF1. Pace car going to slide off this time, I believe. So Vieta on the inside of that 4 car. Franco Alvarez. He is good at this track, man. These are the kind of tracks that he excels at. And a pace car coming off. Here we go, boys and girls. 135 laps. Here at Memphis. Be patient.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we're off. Green, green, green. The Alvarez going way out to the outside, right off the gate, way up against that wall. And oh boy, Preston Hassel looked like he wanted to go on the inside, but Archer Vieta clearing that 83 car. Side by side there for the third position. Craig Marizan, Preston Hassel here having a fit. Marizan into 60. On board here with him. Preston Hassel to the outside. Craig Marizan in that 60 car tucks in. And driving it in deep there is that 27 car. Preston Hassel, the 27, wanted that third spot. That Castrol Edge sponsor machine now in P3. Archer Vieta, the leader. A couple of those guys there, Vieta and Alvarez pulling away just a little bit. Alvarez way up on that outside wall through the tri-oval. Side-by-side racing here with Eugene Fedorov and the 6X, Chris Harvey. Fedorov in the 84, Chris Harvey, that's 6X on the inside. Tough to make a pass on that inside line, man. On the outside, a little bit of an advantage. And you can really cause that guy on the inside line to use up his tires. On board here with Fedorov, but Wesley Dean, Chris Harvey getting by in that 6X car. Wesley Dean up here in the 7th position. And that 5X car. Nose to tail here for now. Dennis Yudichin, and now Chris Harvey starting to battle. As Chris Harvey wanting to move that car to the front. But take a look at the 47. Toyota, he's going to let Chris Harvey go. He realizes, man, hey, these tires are going to burn off this car if you drive it too deep. Drive it too hard through the corners. And the 47 and the 84 now about ready to have a little bit of a fight. Sean Jacobs back here in that 24 Kubota sponsor machine. Looking ahead there, you see Givaldo started in the back. Givaldo has made a couple spots. He's now up to the 11th position. Look at this battle for the race lead, and Franco Alvarez side by side here with Artur Vieta. Alvarez to the inside in the 83. This battle is for P1. Vieta using the outside line, a little bit of a run there off the corner. Alvarez trying to drive that car in, get a little bit of a bite so he can get some run off the corner. And Artur Vieta having nothing of it. He's going to hold on to that spot. Out of the back of his car, you see Franco Alvarez running in P2. So Alvarez not able to pull off that pass. You look at Eugene Fedorov and Givaldo Spindola. Givaldo getting by Eugene. Eugene now back to the 11th position. Givaldo holding on to that spot. Sean Jacobs trying to sneak through. Look at this battle here as Preston Hassel and Craig Marizon here battling it out. We saw Hassel really push it and get around Marizon. Marizon now has Ed Palumbo just behind him as well. So three really, really fantastic race car drivers here battling it out. Take a look at Ed Palumbo here in the 54 helmet sponsor machine. One of our great New York drivers. On board here with him as he looks ahead. Clean run here, 10 laps in. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here in the 24 car. He's gotten around Eugene Fedorov. Jacobs now running in the 11th position in that Kubota sponsor machine. New colors for Sean Jacobs. He is running in the 11th position. Artur Vieta still leading the pack here as he has opened up about 4/10 of a second lead over Franco Alvarez. Alvarez was pushing that Mobil 1 Camaro a little hard there early in the run, and he may be paying the price here for now. Take a look at Gordon Carter here in the 56 High Place Movie sponsor Camaro. Right now running in the 6th position. Just behind him is Chris Harvey. Harvey and Wesley Dean here battling it out. We'll take a look at this. Chris Harvey down to the inside, and trying to hold off Wesley Dean. Looks like he is. So Wesley Dean. Take a look here and make sure we get this on replay. There we go. Oh man! Oh boy, that got a little interesting right there. Robbins racing here. That's 6X muscling his way through. Holy smokes, did you see that? That could have turned out terribly. Take a look at this replay. Going into the corner. Chris Harvey driving that car underneath the 5X and swapping some paint with the 5X. Chris Harvey muscling his way through for P7. Wesley Dean back to P8. Wow. And look at this, the 83 going to take a page out of Chris Harvey's book. He's down to the inside. Oh, boy, drifted up a little bit. The 4 and the 83 having a great battle. And Artur Vieta trying to hold on to P1. He's got that outside line. See, he's got the run coming off the corner. Franco Alvarez is going to pick up that spot. Little slide job there for Alvarez, but now look at this. Swapping down to the inside. Vieta doing the switcheroo. And battling Franco Alvarez. How about this? A couple South American drivers here beating each other up. Swapping some paint maybe? No, not yet. Hadn't gotten to that. Oh, Alvarez touching the grass. Almost came around. The 4 car now climbing back to the race lead. Gordon Carter and Chris Harvey here battling it out. Chris Harvey in the 6X making some move, but the 56 car giving him all he wants right now. Side by side between the 6X and the 56. Chris Harvey going to pick up that spot, I believe, and now get around the 56 car. Well, Chris Harvey now up to P6, and this guy is climbing up the grid. Gordon Carter now back to P7. Take a look at Preston Hassel here running in the 3rd position. 60 of Craig Marizon right there in his zip code. Preston Hassel, I believe, lives in North Carolina now. And, of course, Craig Marizon, one of our great Michigan drivers. Those folks up in Michigan, man, they are so passionate about racing. North Carolina as well, man. I mean, North Carolina, the heart of stock cars. Great battle there between a couple KG veterans. Look at Wesley Dean here in the 5X. He's closing in on Gordon Carter. Looking out of the front of Wesley Dean's car. At Gordon Carter. Oh, Wesley Dean into the wall right there. That was hard contact for Wesley Dean. We were on board there, man. That about knocked our camera off the top of the car. Wesley Dean in the Ford making contact. There was already some contact between him and Chris Harvey earlier. Now he's going to have some right side damage he's going to have to get taken care of. That is a pretty hard blow there on the outside wall. Man. Take a look at Givaldo Spindle here at a 68. He is running in the 12th position. Haven't heard a lot of it. Andrew Smith looks like he's a lap down. One of our new drivers here. Take a look at Andrew Smith in the 1X. One of our new drivers here at HORL. Right now running 1 lap down. Got 13 spots. Wesley Dean now closing in on Gordon Carter. Wesley Dean got into the outside wall. Had some contact there, but does not seem to affect that handling too much. And he's gotten around the 56 car. And I'm not sure what the status of the 56 is. He may have some damage as well. Back up here with Artur Vieta. Artur Vieta now starting to open up quite a bit of a gap there on Franco Alvarez. About a little over a second gap on Alvarez. Alvarez, remember, got into the grass a little bit. He drove the car pretty hard at the start of the race, and he may be paying the price a little bit if we take a look at the aerial view of the 83 running in the 2nd position. Long race here, 26 laps in, scheduled to go 135. Preston Hassel running in that 3rd position. In the 27 car, not too awfully far behind. 1.4 seconds between he and Franco Alvarez. Now we'll do that that 1v1 battle. That's probably going to show Craig Marizon right there. Half a second separate the two of those guys. So far, good clean race here. 28 laps in, pushing lap 30 here pretty soon. Sean Jacobs now, whoa, look at this tight battle here. 3-way battle. Sean Jacobs, looked like the 47 got behind the 56. Had to miss these corner entries. Sean Jacobs was able to sneak through on the bottom side. Take a look at that replay there. Take a look at that 47. 47 right there getting in, and I think he gets out of the gas or misses the corner a little bit, goes up the track. It's Sean Jacobs stealing that spot. Jacobs now setting his sights on Gordon Carter. Take a look at Chris Harvey. Ed Palumbo and Chris Harvey here battling it out. Chris Harvey, the 6X car. Oh, a little bit of lead in there on the 54. That'll get you in the doghouse. Wesley Dean also in this mix as well. So the 6X leading on that 54 just a little bit. And that's going to leave the door open, it looks like, for the 5X car. 5X trying to get by. And he, does a little slide job. A little bit of a slide job there. Take a look at that replay as Wesley Dean tried to get by the 54. And right here, they're going to get together. Right there, little rubbing is racing. Maybe some right front damage. Sean Jacobs has gotten around Gordon Carter. Now is setting his sights on that 54 car. Good battle here between the 24 and the 54. And these guys are some old guard HORL guys, man. I tell you, they've been around for about 20-odd years here at HORL. Dennis Schutich are going to sneak through. I think Ed Palumbo has got some problems with that 54 car. Some guys are getting by here, and he's now back to the 10th position. And Gordon Carter now sneaking up there on the inside. And now you see Eugene Fedorov as well. Gordon Carter on the inside here. Now it's going to get around Ed Palumbo. And it looks like Fedorov's going to get by as well. Go back here and look at Archie Vieta. Now that lead has diminished somewhat. It's now down to around the second gap. But I would suggest we're probably going to see pit stops here fairly soon. I mean, judging from the way some of these guys are driving these cars. And Palumbo definitely having some, he's got some damage, there's no doubt about that, but he might be having some tire issues here in the 54. What a great looking paint scheme, man. Here he is running in the 11th position. Long race here. We've seen this KG veteran come back. And he is smart, man, when it comes to figuring out what he wants to do as far as tire strategy, pit strategy, and where he wants to be at the end of the race. Keep your eye on that 54 car. Take a look at Craig Marzon here running in the 60. He is running in the 4th position. Good run here for him. Ritzky Novar here joining us in the chat session. Also Emerson Sirkowski joining us as well. Good to see both of those guys joining us here on the broadcast. Or me on the broadcast, I should say. Fedorov now closing in on Gordon Carter. Eugene Fedorov in the 84. Got the Snow Maiden going on here, and he gets around the 56. Gordon Carter now back to the 10th position as Eugene Fedorov moves up to P9. He's setting his sights now on a big pack of cars here. Eugene in the 47, running in the 8th position. Wesley Dean continuing to move up. Look at this battle here, man. This is a wad of cars right now. The 6X and the 5X. All mixing it up. 24. Sean Jacobs in this mix as well. Side by side. Oh, man, contact. Wesley Dean trying to get around on the outside. Chris Harvey having nothing of that. Oh, they're into each other again. More contact. Little Rubbins racing here. The 6X leaning on that 5X, and this 5X going to try to do a little crossover move. Oh, the 5X or the 6X looked like it might have been doing a block. Maybe going low there, so the 1X, that might be the case there. The 1X up there as well. Woo, boy, take a look at this. See the 6X gets by. Oh, look at that, rubbing right there. And the 6X going to muscle his way through. And then watch this. The 5X trying to do a crossover move. And it looked like the 6X was kind of running him down here a little bit, but he looked like he was trying to get underneath the 1X. So interesting battles going on now. Holy Toledo. Oh, a little classic short track action. Wesley Dean battling Sean Jacobs now. Jacobs in the 24 on the outside line. He's trying to use this outside. And man, I'll be careful. I would be careful. Dennis Schutich in this mix as well. That bull is gonna muscle his way through. He's got the horns out. Dennis Schutich has the horns out right now, and he's ready to bull his way through. On board here with Dennis Schutich. Sean Jacobs trying to work that outside line. Kubota sponsor number 24, the Chevy, battling the 47, the Toyota of Dennis Schutich. Schutich clearing Sean Jacobs and taking over the 7th position. Man, tires wear out, the racing gets good. Back up here with our race leader, and that is Artur Vieira, and he is finding himself closing in on traffic. Oh boy. That lead is down to 6/10. Franco Alvarez chipping away, and I think I heard Franco Alvarez indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. We've already got Ed Palumbo on pit lane. Alvarez, I believe, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Gordon Carter now going a lap down. We take over, take a look at that Franco Alvarez machine, and he is on pit lane. Franco Alvarez, the second car to pit. Here on lap 48, Artur Vieira, the race leader, coming down pit lane in the 4 car. Be very careful. You do not want to speed here, man. That's going to give the race lead to Craig Marizon. See Alvarez still on pit lane. Man, it takes a while here to get down pit lane here to get into your pit stall. Alvarez now finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Right now in the 8th position. And it looks like Craig Marizon now coming down pit lane. Wesley Dean still out there on the track. Maybe hoping to get some laps led. Sean Jacobs coming down pit lane here in the Kubota-sponsored Chevy. So he's on pit lane. Preston Hassel exiting pit lane as we speak. See Preston Hassel rejoining the racing surface. Well, our race leader now is Wesley Dean in the 5X car. 50 laps in. Best lap time 22:302. Now new top time there for Franco Alvarez. Sean Jacobs on pit lane. Looks like Wesley Dean peeling off the track to come down pit lane. That may very well give the race lead to Dennis Schuderton, and it does. Dennis Schuderton in the Toyota. Now our race leader, the 47 car. Harvey and Dean both on pit lane. They might continue that little rivalry, that little battle, that little paint swap in there off pit lane. Who knows? It takes a while, man. I'll tell you what, pit lane, you got to be patient. You don't want to speed. So you see Wesley Dean making his pit stop here. As he's finishing up his pit stop, Dennis Schuderton now coming down pit lane. That's going to give the race lead, I believe, to Franco Alvarez. And you see Wesley Dean there and Chris Harvey. They're pretty close to each other when they came off. So Schuderton is on pit lane, taking his service. That's Alvarez, the leader. Alvarez great on and off pit lane. He's got a 2.5-ish second lead, 2.8 seconds, I should say, over Artur Vieira. So on and off pit lane, excellent for the 83 cars. You see Schuderton finishing up his pit stop in that 47. Franco Alvarez just has an uncanny ability to be able to get his car to the front, man. He has a strategy each and every week, and I think there's probably not a person out here that takes this racing as seriously as Franco Alvarez. He's got a strategy. He knows these tracks. He knows the way the car handles around these tracks. And he's just got it figured out. And you see this gap now emerging between Vieira and Alvarez. Now, Vieira has been able to close the gap somewhat. I think Vieira really does have the faster car. Andrew Smith gets a penalty. Andrew Smith penalty. It looks like speeding on pit lane, so he's going to have to come back down pit lane and do a drive-through. Devastating there for Andrew Smith. So what a tough break there for Andrew. It's a tough track, man. Slow pit lane. It's hard to be patient here at this track. So Andrew Smith now going to be serving his drive-through penalty. I've been there, man. Heck, I've been there and sped on my penalty, serving my penalty, and had to come down and do it again. I have been there. I know how that feels. There's Andrew Smith now driving through. It looks like he might have retired his machine. So I got frustrated there. It looks like he's retired his machine, and I've been there as well. Alvarez now has a lot of company, and that is Artur Vieira. Vieira has hunted him down. Closed in, and now you got a two-car race again. Craig Marizon running in the third position. He and Preston Hassel having a good battle. Sean Jacobs just ahead is running in the sixth position. He is one lap down, and he gives Craig Marizon some room. Craig Marizon now running in the third position. Preston is the last car on the lead lap right now. And that's an interesting scenario. We have 4 cars on the lead lap. It is really easy to get lapped here, especially if you start fighting each other. And you have those top cars that will really sort of nose to tail, not really having to beat each other up. Ed Palumbo running in the fifth position, also one lap down. He is the first car one lap down in the lucky dog position. But what he wants to do is stay ahead of the 24 car. That's definitely on his mind. He wants that spot. Now, Craig Marizon is on the lead lap in the third position. And he wants to get around that helmet sponsor machine as easily and pain-free as he possibly can without burning those tires up. And every lap that he stays behind that 54 is a lap. It's time that he drops off. He's now 8.9 seconds back. You take a look at the race leader here, Franco Alvarez, 70 laps to go. A lot of laps here at Memphis. Two-car race right now. Franco Alvarez way up under that outside wide line through the tri-oval area. Givaldo just ahead. Now Givaldo has had some tough break here. He is 2 laps down in the 12th position. One car out of the race. Tough break there for Andrew Smith here tonight. And Alvarez wanting to go to the bottom line here to get around Givaldo. Givaldo sort of waving those guys by. He sees, hey, those guys are the race leaders. I'm going to give him some room, and he does. Falling right in line. And I'll tell you what, that sequence, though, has allowed Artur Vieira to now pull alongside the 83 car. I think the outside line is a little bit better. 83 going to take a page out of Vieira's book. Vieira racing him all the way up to the outside line. Vieira's got a good run here. Can he clear the 83 car? Artur Vieira now reclaiming the race lead. Alvarez having none of that. He goes down to the inside, way down to the inside. He's trying to do the crossover move. What a great battle here. The 83 tried to take that position back, and Artur Vieira out of the front of his car as the 83 says, not on my watch. 83, not today, baby. This battle is not over. These guys have a pretty good lead over P3. And the last thing you want to do, Alvarez sideways, burning those tires up. He is driving, and he's into the outside wall. Alvarez into the outside wall as Vieira gets around. You saw Alvarez get a little bit loose. The back end of the car came around. Now he's trying to get back by Vieira. Man, this is getting crazy here. These guys are going to end up wrecking each other. These guys are going to get wrecked out if they're not careful. Wow, and just as quickly as that happened, it's changed. Let's go back and take a look at that pass. Let's take a look here as Alvarez is going to get up in the outside wall. Right there, he gets into the outside wall, and Vieira says, "Thank you very much." Vieira had gotten around, or Alvarez had gotten around, and Vieira made that pass, but Alvarez says, "I'm not ready to give this up, man. I need that spot." We need to go back here just a little bit earlier here. Watch this. As Alvarez gets by Vieira. That's all fine and dandy. Vieira tucks in. Not too aggressive there. Decides, hey, I'm going to go down the bottom line. Be patient on this. With Vieira hounding Franco Alvarez here. Just waiting for an opening. This is a great little sequence. And Vieira is patient here in this. Alvarez up into the outside wall. Right there. Vieira gets by. Alvarez, right up onto the back of the four, almost underneath that deck lid. And then almost some contact there. And Alvarez is going to try to muscle his way through. And gets back. What a great series right there. Holy smokes. We go back to live. Take a look at this battle here. The 5X and the 56 battling it out. And the 5X, Wesley Dean, Gordon Carter now falling back to the 10th position as Wesley Dean picking up that spot in the 5X car. Wesley Dean now in P9. And he got the outside wall. That car drifted up into the outside wall. We see Fedorov also in the outside wall. Wow. Alvarez now starting to open up a little bit of a gap here. And looks like Wesley Dean and Fedorov now side by side here. The 5X, Wesley Dean picking up P8 as Fedorov falling back to the 9th position. Got a good 3-car battle here with the 56 in this mix as well, running in P10. Throw a blanket over those guys. Take a look at Preston Hassel here in the 27 car. We've got a good battle here shaping up behind. And Palumbo's Sean Jacobs starting to mix it up too. 27, Preston Hassel having a good run here. Top 5 run for the Castrol-sponsored Edge Ford Mustang. Sideways going through that corner. Battle shaping up back here with Ed Palumbo and Sean Jacobs. These guys have had some battles over the years. And again, like I said, some cagey veterans out here. Preston Hassel, Ed Palumbo, Sean Jacobs, all old HORL guys. These guys have been around for a long, long time. The early 2000s with HORL. Way back in the day. And here they are still mixing it up here in 2025. Long time, man. High Octane Racing League, very storied racing league all the way back in those NASCAR 4 days. NASCAR Heat, actually, and then NASCAR 4. NASCAR Racing 2003. And then some mods of that 2003 platform, and then on to rFactor 1 and now rFactor 2. So a long story history at High Octane Racing League, and you see these guys still mixing it up years and years later. Running in P5, P6, Ed Palumbo and Sean Jacobs. Dennis Uderchin trying to make some new history here in High Octane Racing League, and I will say I'm going to put a little bit of I'm going to pat myself on the back here a little bit. We have really taken this league, I think, to a different avenue here. Not only do we have the traditional stock cars, but we've got some GT3, we've got Indy cars, we've done some BTCC, all kinds of racing here. But I want to say this. We have got such a great international feel, like right here with the 47 car, our Ukrainian driver, Dennis Uderchin, one of our most ardent supporters here at High Octane Racing League. We've got drivers from Brazil, Argentina, Spain, all over Europe as well, Russia, Indonesia, Ukraine. A lot of different flavor out here now, and a lot of them compete in the stock car series as well. The Netherlands, Belgium, I mean, I could go on. Canada, can't leave Canada out, man. We got some passionate Canadian drivers out here. How about the mad Canadian? And that is Gordon Carter. Our great Canadian drivers here. And, man, he's really come into High Octane Racing League. We gave him, we liked his attitude, the way he supported, how helpful he was, the dedication to the league. And here he is, one of our board members now. So Gordon Carter really brings a lot to our race league. And he is battling Chris Harvey. Chris Harvey in the 6X car, one of our new drivers. Excited about these new drivers out here. Andrew Smith, Chris Harvey, Wesley Dean, all joining us from multiple series. And you see the 6X beating up on Gordon Carter right now. He's one lap down, didn't gain a spot, but he gets around him. Dennis Uderchin now closing in on Ed Palumbo and Sean Jacobs. Sean Jacobs had gotten around Ed Palumbo. We'll take a look at that pass as we see Dennis Uderchin make that pass. Let's take a look at this pass a little bit earlier. Sean Jacobs had worked on Ed Palumbo and gets around on the inside, and that's going to leave the door open for Dennis Uderchin to sneak in there. Uderchin had to battle Ed Palumbo, and he gets by. So some great racing here. Three-way battle between the 24, the 47, and the 54. We go back to live here and see Franco Alvarez leading it up. Will D said he's Canadian now. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Good to see Will D in here. Thanks to all for him. He's sort of an old guard HRL. He was a youngster back in the day. And when we finally went back out on our own, Preston met up with Preston. Preston said, "Hey, my nephew is software engineer here, and we can help out and getting us started, getting us going." And what a valuable piece of information that was for us. Look at that, man. 83 getting into the outside wall. Into the outside wall, and wow. Uncharacteristic for the 83 to smack the wall a couple times, 1.9 seconds. But I want to go back to Will D. Will Dunbar, so much that he has done for us, getting us going, and he is our computer guru. He's moved to Canada. We got some guys on pit lane. Looks like Gordon Carter on pit lane here. Also Preston Hassel on pit lane. So Gordon Carter making a pit stop here on lap 96. Preston Hassel also on pit lane in 27. Got the chrome rims going on here. Great looking paint scheme. Another one of those Franco Alvarez masterpieces. Marizon, haven't checked on him in a while, and he's come down pit lane. So we've got a whole host of pit stops here happening. Is Franco Alvarez the race leader? Also, Artur Vieta pitting. This is interesting here. This is going to be a good one. Vieta and Alvarez both pitting together. This will be an interesting pit stop to watch between our two race leaders. You guys have been the front runners tonight. Vieta on pit lane, Franco Alvarez on pit lane. We'll have to watch this. As Vieta has that top pit stall, Alvarez has that second pit stall. Looks like the third pit stall. We take that back, and Alvarez jumps out ahead of Vieta. Man, what a fast pit stop there for Alvarez. Holy smokes. And he didn't get that damage repaired. There is no way he got that damage repaired. He had slammed the wall pretty significantly, but now out ahead of Artur Vieta. Udichin now shown in the second position. Udichin's coming off pit lane. He is now in P2. Vieta did not have a good pit stop. He is now 5.8 seconds back, 6 seconds back. So Vieta had a little bit of a trouble on pit lane and now finds himself 6.5 seconds back to the race leader. With about 46 laps to go. Fedorov finding himself onto pit lane, now coming back out onto the track in P10 here in the 84 car. Not to jinx it, but I want to say we have been caution-free tonight. As Franco Alvarez now rolling up on some lap traffic. Caution-free here tonight at Memphis. How about that, huh? Alvarez has a 7.5 second lead over Denis Udichin. Udichin and Vieta now swapping position. We'll take a look at that battle. Take a look there as Vieta now getting around Udichin, taking over P2. Reclaiming P2. Gordon Carter out of the race. Interesting deal there for Gordon Carter. He's retired his machine, so he came down pit lane and retired. I don't know whether he's had too much damage or what's happened to the 56 car. Now out of the race. Not sure what happened to Gordon Carter. It looks like he is off team speak, so nothing happened to the 56 car here tonight. Maybe got caught speeding and decided, hey, I'm not going to serve these penalties. I'm getting out of here. Look at this battle here. Craig Marizon out getting around Udichin. Udichin on pit lane. Preston Hassel also getting around. He is now in P4. Marizon in the third position. Alvarez on this pit stop has really been able to open up that race lead. And we take a look at the gap there between Vieta and Alvarez, a gap we have not seen until this time in the race. We haven't seen tonight. 8-second gap between the two. They had some great battles. Ed Palumbo up to the fifth position in the Hellman's-sponsored number 54 Chevy Camaro with 30 laps to go, and he's got a top 5 run here. And I wouldn't have guessed that, judging from what that car looked like earlier in this race, in the first half of this race. It looked like he was having some trouble, some struggles. Maybe got the damage repaired. The 54 car is 1 lap down as Franco Alvarez trying to get around, maybe put him 2 laps down. Sean Jacobs running 2 laps down in the 24 car. He gotten around Denis Udichin. If we take a look at this pass, now Udichin was coming off pit lane, I believe, as Sean Jacobs gets around. You see Udichin on the low line. And Jacobs gets around and now taking over P6 in a Kubota-sponsored Chevy Camaro. Wesley Dean. Wesley Dean to the inside of Chris Harvey. And Wesley Dean taking over that spot in that 5X car is Chris Harvey. Now falling back to P9 is Wesley Dean back up to P8. Eugene Fedorov looking to get around as well. And it looks like Chris Harvey off the pace a little bit as Fedorov gets by. Chris Harvey might be coming down pit lane, and it does look like the 6X car is making a pit stop. I thought this guy would be able to make it the rest of the way, but not the case. So the 6X is on pit lane. Looks like maybe Givaldo on pit lane as well in the 68 car. So some late race pit stops for these guys, and I think these guys might be able to make it the rest of the way. So I think the front runners are good to go, and now Alvarez has been able to extend the lead on Vieira. Take a look at Preston Hassel in the 4th position in that Castrol Edge Ford. He is the top Ford in the field, running in P4. The top 3 are Chevys. And the top Toyota running in the 7th position. And that is Dennis Udichin. Preston Hassel. Again, another one of those old guard HORL guys. Running in the 27 car tonight. Take a look at Chris Harvey. He has returned to the track after making a pit stop. And he's now back in the 10th position, 4 laps down. 2 cars out of the race. 4 cars on the lead lap as we see Franco Alvarez putting on a clinic right now for how to race the back half of this race, how to run the back half of this race. And he is 11 seconds up on Vieira. Now, they had some intense battles earlier on, but now we're looking at 20 laps to go, and Alvarez doesn't seem to be letting up. Vieira running in the 2nd position with 20 laps to go. 11 seconds down. They came off pit lane, and he was somewhere around 8 seconds or so, and that lead has extended there for Alvarez. He's been able to run away a little bit from Vieira. And Vieira, I don't know what the circumstances are. I don't know whether he's gotten damage to that machine. There was some contact with the wall for both Alvarez and Vieira. So not sure what the status is on that. It'd be great if they had visible damage in this sim, but they do not. Because one of the things I loved about NASCAR racing 2003 was the visible damage. Of course, iRacing has it. We want to pay the lofty subscription fee and then basically rent the tracks and the cars. That's my critique. Sean Jacobs now closing in on Ed Palumbo. Here a battle, late race battle here between the 24 and the 54. The 24 seems to muscle his way through. And like last time, that may leave the door open for Dennis Udichin to try to make a run here. Oh, Udichin gets loose on the inside line, has to back out of it. And Udichin back down into the throttle, getting by the 54. Udichin now up to 6th. Ed Palumbo falling back to P7, but all started with Sean Jacobs' move. We'll take a look at that again. Sean Jacobs diving down to the inside. Gets underneath the 54 car. Good clean racing right there. That is a clinic right there by those guys. And that's going to leave the door open as Ed Palumbo on the outside line. That's going to leave the door open for Dennis Udichin. Oh, man, he almost came around that. Yeah, just delayed that pass. Yuchin ends up getting by Ed Palumbo. Alvarez now starting to roll up on some lap traffic, and that is Preston Hassel just ahead. Fair game for Preston Hassel to try to stay on the lead lap. Hope for a caution flag. And here we are on lap 122, winding it down, approaching 10 laps to go. We have had no caution flags. Keep your fingers crossed. We've had some intense racing. Good, clean racing here tonight as well. Take a look at Yuchin. Is he really starting to close in on that 24 car? Yuchin seems to be strong late in the runs. Closing in on that Kubota sponsor machine. About half a second separate the two of these guys. Little Chevy versus Toyota.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, no! Did I jinx it? Did I jinx it? Oh, my gosh. Fedorov around. Fedorov around. Spindle around as well. Spindle up on the outside wall. A caution flag. Woo, brother. Preston Hassel is saying, thank you, Jesus. So some spinning around going on here. Holy smokes. And Alvarez will take the caution flag. My heavens, man. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Take a look here at, oh, whoa. Right there, it looked like Fedorov got a little bit loose. Givaldo tried to get around. Givaldo's up in the high line. Fedorov comes up the track and gets into that 68 car. So it looked like Fedorov got loose going into the corner. You see that he's sideways, and I don't know if he had a little bit of help there as he got the back end cooked out. You see he's scooched out, and then the 68 gets into the back of him. I'm not sure the 68 really was at fault there as the 84 comes up the track. And wow. And look at this, man. Watch Preston Hassel just miss this action. Oh, right there. And out of the back of his car. But it looked like he gets into the 68. And the 68, I don't know, man. It just didn't seem to be a lot he could have done. He's on board here with him, backing this up a little bit. Didn't seem a whole heck of a lot of what he could have done. You see a lot of slowing up there. He was almost stopped. And then he's going to try to get around, and he ends up getting hit there, and it causes him to come around. Those guys getting by, but then he backs it into the outside wall. So, wow, pit stop's underway here now under yellow. And late race caution. Alvarez tried to scooch out. You see Marizon maybe gambling a little bit on tires. He now takes over P2. Holy smokes, huh? And Vera's going to scooch out in the third position, but that tightens everybody back up. Sean Jacobs. Now the tail end of the lead lap, but he's coming down pit lane, so he's going to go back one lap down. He was 2 laps down. Jacobs does get a lap back, and he wants another caution flag. 24 car now 1 lap down, technically in the lucky dog position. We'll see where the Yuchin car is. That Yuchin may end up getting that lucky dog. We'll see. May get that position. So Alvarez gets out just ahead. As I think these guys might be staying out for a wave around. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with these boys. They might be doing that, staying out for a wave around here. So a late race caution flag has put in question Alvarez's chances of winning here. I should say he's still got a great chance, but he's got some competition here breathing down his neck, and that is the 60 of Marizon. And we do have some wave around cars. It does look like Wesley Dean, Givaldo, Chris Harvey, Givaldo gets a wave around, I believe. So we got some guys coming back around. Now Franco Alvarez is elected to take the inside line. This is going to get interesting. I am on the edge of my seat right now. Woo-hoo-hoo. I am on the edge of my seat. This is going to get fun. Alvarez to the inside. The pace car is off. We're going to start lap 130. Scheduled to go 135. Are we going to go overtime with another caution flag? Back to green. Marizon on the outside gets a good jump. How about Preston Hassel as well? Archer Vieta in this mix. Oh, Vieta drifting up to the high side a little bit. Alvarez gets around the 60. Oh, there's contact between the 60 and the 4. Contact. Alvarez gets through. Vieta trying to muscle his way through. He gets by. He's setting his sights on the 83 car. He muscled his way through. Wow. Did you see that? Watch this. A little touch, a little kiss in the back end right there. And scooching his way through. Wesley Dean's come around. Little contact there for Wesley Dean. It looks like he's come around. Not all the way around. He controls it. Oh, gets that car straight. The 6X and a 5X. We saw those guys that didn't know each other earlier. Holy Toledo. Franco Alvarez the leader. Arch Vieta is in second. 6/10 back. Oh, Alvarez into the outside wall. Alvarez makes contact with the outside wall. Hard contact. Hard contact here with 3 laps to go. 2.5 now. 5/10 now down to 4/10. Does Vieta have the ability to be able to close in? 6/10 now. Look at this. Down to the inside. 2 laps to go for Franco Alvarez. Vieta close it in. 3/10, 4/10. 1 lap to go for Franco Alvarez and Archer Vieta to be able to figure it out. Alvarez down the backstretch. Diving into turn 3, through turn 4. Franco Alvarez coming off turn 4. It's going to win this race. Franco Alvarez captures the win here at Memphis. And congratulations to Franco Alvarez. Getting a big win, and he had to work for this one. He had to work. As you see those guys giving him a little bit of a nudge. So great job to Franco Alvarez on getting the win. How about that? And great job to Franco Alvarez on getting the win. Starting off the season with a race victory, and Archer Vieta did a great job of racing him cleanly as well. And what a way to start off the season. Great race, too. Only 1 caution flag tonight. A fantastic race there. Great job to Franco Alvarez on getting the win here tonight at Memphis. Let's take a look at the final results. What a great race, huh? Franco Alvarez gets the win. Arthur Vieira finishes in second. Craig Marizon finishes in third. And that was pretty much how they started here. Preston Hassel finished in the fourth position. Top Ford in the grid. Sean Jacobs battles for a fifth place finish. How about Dennis Huger in the top Toyota here tonight? Finishes in sixth, just out of the top five. Wesley Dean finishes in seventh. How about Wesley, man? He really had some great battles tonight. Net 5X car. Ed Palumbo in the 54 finishes in eighth. Eugene Fedorov in that 84 finishes in ninth. Chris Harvey finishes in the 10th position. Finishing in P11 here tonight. So Givaldo Spindle in a 68. A little late race trouble there for him. Gordon Carter finishes in 12th, retired early, and then Andrew Smith finishes in 13th tonight. What a great battle there at the end. And a little drama. Little drama to make it interesting. See if we can't do what we can to do what we can here to get that car sized up just right. So congratulations to Franco Alvarez on getting the win. Good run there for him. Good first race out here for High Octane Racing League Xfinity Buschwackers Series. That was a fantastic race. A little bit of drama, some great battles between Vieira and Alvarez. We'll see if we can't get a little bit of an interview here with Alvarez. Looks like Alvarez is ready. And we'll get him up here in the see if we can't get Alvarez in the booth with us. All right, Franco Alvarez joining us in the booth, and man, what a fantastic race here tonight. A little bit of trouble early in the race for you. How were you able to bounce back for that second half of the race?
That was fun to watch, wasn't it? Yeah, good night, Heath. Good night, everybody. Man, that was really hard fought race. Jesus.
You and Arthur Vieira had a battle for the ages there. You seemed in that first run or that first half of the race to be able to sort of gap you a little bit, but after pit stops, that thing was like a rocket ship for you, and it seemed like Vieira wasn't really able to close the gap very much.
I mean, yeah, the pit stops were the main part of the race today. The number 33 Mobile 1 Chevrolet pit crew was on point because all of the time gain on pit lane was on pit entry, pit exit, and during the pit stop. So yeah, that made all of the difference. I mean, we had an insane battle on track. We passed each other like 10 times, extremely clean. We did many laps side by side. We crossed over each other. So yeah, super fun. But the difference was on the pit stop. I was able to gain a couple of seconds on each pit stop. That gave me some room, some buffer to do a little bit more conservative pace. But yeah, Arthur was extremely fast today, and that was an incredibly fun race.
Well, it looked like, just a classic battle between two KG veterans. You knew Arthur Vieira was going to run you cleanly. Then you guys started sort of rolling up on, lap traffic after your first segment battle. Were you worried about the lap traffic, especially with some of the new drivers out there? Was that going through your mind?
I was concerned about the traffic on the first run because we were calling at like a 10-car pack. So I knew as soon as we get there, we will be in trouble for sure. So I was trying to pit to do my pit stop just 1 or 2 laps before we caught the pack. So yeah, I was taking that in consideration.
Yeah, just a fun track too, and I think a track, in my opinion, that really caters to your driving style too. One that can kind of get that car sideways through the corners. It seemed like you were doing that a little bit in the practice session. And is that something you got to practice to sort of master? It's almost like you're drifting the car through the corners.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is a great track for this team. I raced here 3 times and I won all 3. Not easy, by the way, as you can see, but yeah. Great performance. The secret for this 83 car to make speed is to be a little bit sideways and use the front of the car to turn and make the corner a little bit faster and not use as much tire, so I don't burn my right front while doing that. So that's the secret. It works here, it works at Gateway, it works at Old Wilkesboro, so yeah, it works at all of the short tracks.
Well, next week we've got an interesting track on the docket, classic Bushwhackers stuff here. We've got Iowa Speedway, another short track. What's the plan there for Iowa? It's different, but a similar track to Memphis, I would say. It's a little bit different, obviously. You get the bump in the corner, in one of the corners. Any plans there, any strategy you're going to play there at Iowa? Is it something that'll be similar to Memphis?
I mean, I expect long runs at Iowa, very long runs. I know the tires fall off big time there, so yeah. Prepare for long runs, prepare for strategy, fuel, tires, everything. And yeah, the track is wider, so it allows for a little bit easier overtaking. And both lanes work, both the inside and the outside, so it should be an extremely fun race. And what a way to start the season for this Model 1 Chevrolet with a win.
And I want to say, while I've got you here, I know I've said this to you before, but thank you so much for all those paint schemes that you do for this series. I know you love painting this, the templates in this mod, and man, they are second to none. You do a fantastic job. I know the guys really appreciate it, and man, it makes the streams look great too. Very professional, pretty amazing. I'm very impressed with what you do and very thankful too. So thank you so much, and hey, good luck to you next week, and good luck to you this season too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you for the work you do. This was a gift we gave to you and all of the fans watching a good race. So yeah, thank you for all, and I see you all next week.
All right. Good luck in the cornfields of Iowa, buddy.
Thank you.
That's Franco Alvarez joining us up here in the booth, and one of our great South American drivers. Franco is a huge Stockcar fan, a huge racing fan in general, but he lives in Argentina, and man, he is fantastic at doing the work here. Very skilled artist, that's for sure. His vision for these paint schemes is absolutely amazing. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. How about some WordPress hosting? Online store or VPS hosting, shared web hosting, those available through EliteHostingUSA.com. We got some more racing headed your way next week, and on Wednesday, race number 3 of a brand new season at in the High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks Series. Wednesday nights, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's qualifications. It's North Wilkesboro, the first short track on the schedule, 135-lap race. A tire rule in this series, too. And we've had some big fields on Wednesday nights, man. Great battles, and excited for this. The Wednesday nights in the Truck Series. That's coming up January the 22nd. And hopefully we'll be streaming it live right here on TurnLeftTV. Tomorrow night we'll be at California in the Saturday Night Thunder. Race number 2 of that season. It's the Cup Series, a very storied series. 90-lap race in California. And that's coming up tomorrow, January the 18th. Well, congratulations to Franco Alvarez on getting the win. That's going to do it for me. Thanks to all those folks for coming out. We'll see you next time, boys and girls. I am out of here.